What's your thoughts on the Supreme Court's ruling today upholding Obamacare?
Dan, it was a opportunity that has come to fruition. It was for the American people, and most certainly for those 13, 14, 15 million people without any health care. It is a blessing. Indeed it is.
Why do you think so many people are outraged? 63% of Americans don't like today's ruling.
Dan, now I haven't seen that statistic, but if that is true, it's due to a lack of information, adequate information concerning the law.
I'm just looking to a nod at whatever you're saying.
Are you aware that the Supreme Court upheld Obamacare today?
I am.
What's your thoughts?
My thoughts are, well, in one way, in some strange ways, I think that the Supreme Court may have upheld Obamacare because it will make the presidential race in November a little more interesting, because they'll actually have a platform for Romney to run on, because now his whole goal will be to strike down Obamacare. If they had struck it down, then it had been, kind of a strike against Obama, and they'd been much more sympathetic to his presidential race and to try to, revamp a health care bill. And so that's one thought. It's a conspiracy theory, probably. It's interesting. I think that Obamacare, if you want to call it that, has issues with it, obviously, that people disagree with. One of them being that people can be forced to have health insurance, and anything that a governing body forces free individuals to do goes against constitutional rights, and so that'll be one of the primary talking points for the next 4 months.
They upheld it, saying that it's a tax, and that's why it's constitutional.
And I'm a little bit confused on whether or not the tax is going to be imposed, whether or not you can decline a tax. Some people say that their civil disobedience will be to not pay the tax because they don't require that health insurance. I don't know the laws regarding that. It needs to be more clear to people. I think that's a big problem with just information in general. We only get bits and pieces of it, so we don't really know how we're able to actually follow the law regarding Obamacare, or are we going to actually be able to say, no, we don't want this because I have something else.
You said that this will give Mitt Romney a good platform to run on. He was having a presser 5 minutes after Obama talked today, and on his podium it said repeal Obamacare. So I think you're right about that. Are you concerned that Romney passed a very similar piece of legislation when he was governor of Massachusetts?
Yeah, and that's another problem with government systems, is a person seems to be able to flip-flop depending on his constituents. And I think that'll probably come out regarding Romney's religious background. And you can take this for whatever it's worth, but historically Mormonism is flip-flop based on racism and polygamy. So they say a revelation from God says that we're no longer polygamists or racists. And so if Obama really wants to dig into Romney's historical background regarding Mormonism, then he's going to bring that back up and say Romney's a flip-flopper.
Did you think anything should have been done about the healthcare system at all?
Absolutely. Definitely need reform. But that's the beauty of our country, is we're able to vote on what we think is best. And we voted people into the Supreme Court justice, and they've decided what they think is best. And that's the great thing about America. It'll move on, and we'll keep living our lives, and there'll be great debates. I think people will become more informed if they become, their freedom becomes infringed upon, and so which will actually be a good thing. Because right now people tend to be more distracted with their entertainment than anything pertaining to their actual freedoms. So in some sense, this is a good thing.
What's your thoughts on the Supreme Court upholding Obamacare today?
I think it's a sad day in this country.
Why?
The government's going to be able to dictate and force people to buy a commercial product, and that goes against everything this country stands for, freedom of choice. To be forced to buy something under threat of penalty for the government. Second off, socialized medicine has never really worked anywhere they've tried it. I guess third off, it should have never have passed through the Senate. A bill should never pass on a 51% vote. We're a country established where bills are supposed to pass on a 2/3 majority. I guess the other hidden thing of all the people that are complaining about the health bill, the one group I've not heard say a word is the insurance companies. They haven't said a word. Well, why? They're fixing to make $1 billion. If you're going to force everybody to have health coverage, the people that can't afford it, the government's going to pay for it. All the insurance companies are fixing to get an insurance premium from every person in America. But guess what? No more people are going to get sick than they did before. So who makes tons and tons of money? The insurance companies.
There's 30 million Americans uninsured, 30 more million underinsured. Should we have done anything about the healthcare system?
Yeah, but underinsured is kind of an innocuous term. How do you define that? Some people choose not to have insurance. Some people won't work to try to gain the right to have insurance. And worst case scenario, in an emergency situation, any person can walk in any emergency room anywhere in the United States, and by law, they have to be cared for by, in the end run, our tax dollars. So
that's a great point. Now they won't. Now they'll have insurance, and they won't use the emergency room.
Yeah, but I'm paying their premium for them.
You are now. When they go to the emergency room, it's $4,800 versus $150.
Yeah, but I only pay for people that get sick. I don't pay for all of the people that don't get sick.
Fair point.
In this case, it's just like auto insurance back in the 70s when they forced everybody to get it. They jacked up insurance rates, but no one was having more wrecks than they did before. Well, nobody's going to be getting sick at a higher rate now because they have national health care, but yet everybody's premium's going to go up.
What's your thoughts on the Supreme Court's decision today to uphold Obamacare?
Well, you know, I wasn't aware of it. First time hearing it. But if it can help the poor and the needy and the kids, it's all good. It's all good. Help the needy. Not the rich, not the wealthy.
Do you have health care insurance?
I have nothing. I have nothing. I can't even buy a cemetery plot. I have no kind of coverage. I'm a single man. I have nothing. Unemployed. Disabled. I have nothing.
If you go to, if you're sick, do you go see the doctor?
It's 100% I'd be refused because I'm not insured.
Have you tried going?
Yes, sir, I have. And I've been returned down quite a few times. Most times I got fingers and toes. I have been denied, rejected, turned away. Like I said, it's pretty much a rich man world. The underclass, the underdogs, they don't stand a chance. If we never send an organization like Rifles, the government do fund some organization. But you know what, that ain't full coverage. It ain't got like the wealthy people got it.
Have you been turned down at doctor's offices? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. I've been turned down in mental institutions because I don't have no insurance. I've been turned down in every medical field that it is. Whether or not you believe it or not, but I have. Every medical field that it is, they turn me down because I'm not insured. You can't even go to the hospital these days and stay over a week if you're not insured. They'll put you out in a couple of days. Ain't that something? A couple of days. Regardless of your condition, they will put you out in a couple of days. Some people go there and stay all week, whole month.
You feel like it's profit over people in healthcare?
It is. It's a money-making business. Like prescription drugs. Big $1 trillion industry. You know what I'm saying? You take a pill to kill another pill. It's a $1 trillion industry. It's worse than tobacco.
You said you're unemployed. Are you lazy? Do you not want to work?
No. The reason I'm unemployed, the reason I'm unemployed, though, for health reasons. Health reasons. That's the reason. No, I worked all my life. But I had an illness that struck me that took all that from me. And when I tried to get medical attention, they told me I was able to go out to work, but I'm still not able to go out to work. If I was able to, trust me, I would work. I could do so much, but if I was working now, I put myself at risk and everybody else too. And that ain't good. Ain't no money that good. My health come first. They ain't keep the money, but I have a chance to live.
If you ain't got your health, you can't work.
That's right. If I ain't got my health, how can I progress?
Thank you.